converting to LNG makes so much sense for us because it really is out in front. It is us leading. It is us doing things that nobody else is doing. When we made that decision to do that, we also recognized that not only would we meet current or future regulations, but we would far exceed them, and that is absolutely the right decision to make.
TOTE has probably been at the forefront of customers that we have to do things in an environmentally correct fashion. They're way ahead of the game, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that they're forward-thinking, they care about the communities.
TOTE Maritime has delivered cargo between Tacoma and Anchorage since 1975. Our Orca-class vessels, custom-built for Alaska, provide twice-weekly sailings with a port turnaround time of about 8 hours. Currently, the Midnight Sun and North Star are each powered by 4 diesel engines.
TOTE hasn't hesitated to go to the forefront and do what's right. We didn't pick the cheap route, we picked the right route, the environmentally sound route.
The technology to convert diesel engines to run on LNG has been around since the 80s. However, the sheer scope of the Orca-class conversion makes this project a first of its kind in North America. And TOTE is committed to minimizing out-of-service impacts to customers.
There was a desire and a need to keep these ships in operation while we're doing this as much as possible. It's a vital lifeline to Alaska, so it's important that we keep these ships running. And that's the reason we're doing this over such a long period of time, so we can keep the groceries going to Alaska and make sure everybody's got what they need up there.
The multi-phase conversion is part of a 4-year plan that allows a large portion of the work to be done dockside and at sea while the vessels remain in service.
What makes this so complex is because the vessels are in operation. So what we've had to do is adopt a strategy of prefabricating as much as we can. How can we do something while the vessel is in operation sailing to Alaska to allow space and scope for the big things that we can't do in service?
The Orca LNG conversion involves 2 phases for each vessel, each phase including work while in service and concluding with a 9-week shipyard phase. During the first phase, each vessel will undergo most of the required structural enhancements while in the shipyard, including the addition of a new deck to the aft end of the ship, 2 1,100 cubic meter LNG tanks, and supporting infrastructure. During Phase 2, mechanical modifications will be completed on 2 of the vessel's 4 engines while the ship is in service. During the final shipyard phase, the remaining 2 engines will be converted and all systems connected, completed, and tested. The LNG tanks will then be fueled to power the newly converted engines. Once the project is complete, the vessels will refuel in Tacoma each week. While in port, a fuel loading arm will pump LNG to the tanks. From here, LNG is moved through the gas piping system to the Gasification Room. In the Gasification Room, waste heat converts the liquid to vapor, which is then pushed to the engine room where it is used as fuel for TOTE's 50 megawatts of engine power. Cleaner combustion powers the drive shafts and ship's propellers, allowing the vessel to perform at the same speeds, but with more efficiency and greatly reduced emissions. The North Star completed the conversion of main engine number 2 in August 2019 during Phase 2 in-service work. Her final shipyard phase is scheduled for early 2021. The Midnight Sun will undergo its first shipyard phase beginning in December 2019 and is scheduled to be powered by LNG by 2022.
So the LNG conversion project is a huge milestone going forward in the industry, that it can be done, and vessel operators can convert their vessels to run safely and efficiently on LNG fuel. It's sort of the same transition from sail to coal to oil, and now we're going from oil to LNG. So it's just another evolution in the marine industry and fueling of operating vessels.
The complexity and ingenuity required for the Orca conversion is unprecedented, and TOTE assembled a world-class team to ensure success.
This project has required tens of thousands of man-hours, not only on the TOTE side, but countless man-hours from all our project partners. Project partners in 6 different time zones on 4 different continents.
Those partners include NASCO, the original shipbuilder, and engine manufacturer MAN, who worked with General Electric, the control systems designer, to successfully convert a prototype engine at its facility in Germany.
They managed to rebuild an old engine and turn it into this dual-fuel engine. And that was tested in Germany with representatives from TOTE to witness. And as far as I understand, everything went well, yeah, and then that's why we are here, right?
So it was the first time that we tested the control system and the prototype engine so that when we go and install all of this on the ship, we know it's going to work. So we know that the compatibility issues have been worked out ahead of time.
TOTE Maritime's move toward LNG is a continuation of its commitment to the environment, a commitment that has earned the respect of stakeholders in Alaska, Tacoma, and beyond.
A lot of our customers are focused on their own environmental initiatives and their own environmental impacts. So in essence, by TOTE converting to natural gas and then reducing greenhouse gases, improving air quality, it helps our customers reach their own initiatives.
There are so many shipping lines that are trying to figure out what comes next. Bunker fuel is not a particularly friendly thing to burn. And so people are looking for how we can have a cleaner future and a cleaner community. And I think that TOTE's conversion to LNG really speaks to some of that bravery and that willingness to look at what it looks like to be a good local citizen, but also a good global citizen.
We led with LNG down in the Puerto Rico service with the 2 Marlin class dual fuel vessels. And now we're doing the same up here in Alaska. Being a leader, there's unknowns that you come into, but it's in our DNA to lead from the front and be an innovator, not only just within the Saltchuk family of companies, but also within the maritime industry as a whole.